Good morning, students. Student, in our today's video lecture, we are going to solve some numerical problems related to topic which we have studied in the previous video lecture, dimensional analysis. And this is the numerical problem which you are seeing in the blackboard, and we are going to solve this problem. So let's start. What it is? According to van der Waals equation, the pressure, which is denoted by capital P, and the volume is capital V, and temperature capital T, are related as, you are seeing here, this is the van der Waals equations, capital P plus small a upon V square into V minus B equal to capital R into T. This is the mass constant where A and B are known as van der Waals constant. Determine the dimensions of A and B. So student, we have to find the dimensions of these constant which you are seeing here in the equation A and B. So this problem is related to which topic? This is related to concept homogeneity of the dimension equations. So here we are going to solve it. As I told you that the same quantity are added and subtracted. So you are seeing here that this P, capital P, is being added to this quantity A upon V square. It means the dimension of P and the dimension of this term A upon V square must be same. And similarly, you are seeing here that this capital V is subtracted to this small b. It means that the dimensional formula for both these quantity must be same. So let's start by this concept to solve this problem. So I am roughing it. Okay, so this is the equation. Just as I told you, students, that this term and this term are being added. You are seeing here. It means the dimensional formula for these two terms should be same. So this is pressure, capital P, and if you don't know the dimensional formula of pressure directly, so you can find out it by the simple method by using this formula. Pressure is equal to what? Force upon area. So for force, we know the dimensional formula directly. So I am putting just here ml T minus 2. And what about A? A is area and it is added to B, that is L square. So 1 and 12 cancel, and when we move this term in the numerator, it would become m L minus 1 T minus 2. So we have got the dimensional formula for pressure. Now I am just equating dimensional formula for pressure ml minus 1 T minus 2 equal to dimensional formula for A, which we have to find, and this is the volume, capital V, and the dimensional formula for V, volume, we know that volume is equal to what? L into B into H, and all these three terms are related to length. So that's why this is capital L, this is also capital L, and this is also capital L, and it would become L3, L to the power 3. So just L to the power 3 put here, L to the power 3, and you are seeing that there is a square, so just put the square here. So finally, what we would get, A equal to this term would get multiplied by this term. So m L minus 1 T minus 2 into this would become L to the power 6, because you know that in indices powers to the power are being multiplied. So it would become L to the power 6. So A equal to m L to the power 5 T to the power minus 2. So this is our first part is completed here. This is the dimensional formula for the constant A. Now in the same way, we will find the dimensional formula for this constant small b. Okay. Now we have to find the dimensional formula for small b, and as you are seeing here that this quantity small b is being subtracted to this capital V, that is volume, and we know that the same quantity are being added and subtracted. This is the law of homogeneity. So here you can write that the dimensional formula of this term would be equal to this term, and this is volume. So the dimensional formula for volume we have already find out here. This is L to the power 3. So this is L to the power 3 equal to dimensional formula for B. So we have directly find out here the dimensional formula for B without any difficulty. So I think you have cleared this particular numerical problem for today's lecture. Now we are today finalizing this video lecture, and you have to complete all your work which have studied to you. So complete your all the work in your classwork copy, because the copy would be submitted in the school campus. So students, and your summer vacation is from 10 to 25 June. So this is your summer vacation, and during this time you have to completed your all the work which have already studied to you and submitted your copy in the classwork. So thank you students, we would meet next.
Welcome to online classes of Shivaji Group of Institution. Myself Jitendra Tripathi, student. In previous lecture, I am explaining the ion electron method with some suitable example. So today once more revise the chapter, that is ion electron method. One more example for today, that is AS2S5 plus HNO3 to give H3ASO4 plus H2SO4 plus NO2 plus S2. Okay. First of all, find out the oxidation number of each and every element given skeletal reaction. Here, arsenic sulfide is the plus 5 and minus 2 due to sulfide. Nitrogen exists in plus 5 state. Arsenic again plus 5 plus 1 minus 2 plus 1 plus 6 minus 2 plus 4 minus 2 plus 1 and minus 2. So sulfur moves from this one and nitrogen moves in this manner. Here two change in oxidation number. One is minus 2 plus 6, that is increase in oxidation number, so this one is a oxidation, and plus 5 2 plus 4 the decrease in oxidation number, so this one is the reduction. Okay, now make two half reaction on the basis of change. AS2S5 to give H2SO4 and HNO3 gives NO2. By ion electron method, each and every half reaction balanced by the ABR method. In this method, element other than hydrogen and oxygen balance first. Here, 2 arsenic, no arsenic. So, from skeletal reaction, take arsenic compound to balance the arsenic. So, 2H3ASO4, arsenic is balanced. Now, sulfur 5, here 1, so multiplied by 5, sulfur is balanced. Now, oxygen balanced by the water, 5 4 are 20, 2 4 are 8, that is 28. 5 4 are 20 and 2 4 are 8, 28. Here 28 water molecule, check hydrogen, 28 to the 56. Here 10 plus 6. How many? 40 hydrogen are required to balance as a H plus. Now charge balanced by the electron. Here total charge is 0. So taken 0 charge, so we'll add 40 electron in this direction. So charge is also 0. Now in second half reaction, element other than hydrogen and oxygen balance first. Nitrogen is balanced. Oxygen balanced by water, 3 and 2. 1 less oxygen, add water. And hydrogen balanced by H plus. Here 2 hydrogen, one hydrogen, add one H plus, and charge balanced by the electron, so add one electron in this direction. Both have reaction balanced by multiplied by a suitable number so that electrons are cancelled out 1 and 40. Add both half reaction 40 electron and 40 electron multiplied by 40 H plus and 40 H plus. Now this AS2S5 plus 28 H2O plus 40 HNO3 to give how much? 5 H2SO4 plus 2 H3ASO4 plus 40 NO2 and 40 water molecule. Water molecule in both directions, so that 28 water molecule moves to forward side and separated. Section comes out to be AS2S5 plus 40 HNO3 to give 2 H3ASO4 plus 5 H2SO4 plus 40 NO2 and 28 moves on that direction, so comes out to be 12 water molecule. This is your final answer. Check it. Each and every elements are balanced. 2 arsenic, 2 arsenic. 5 sulfur, 5 sulfur. 40 nitrogen, so 40 nitrogen. Now oxygen. 43 is 120 oxygen. 2 4s are 8, 5 4s are 20, 42s are 80. 80 or 20 is the 100. And 12, 112 plus 8, 120. Now check the hydrogen. 12 to the 24 plus 10, 34 plus 6, 40. Here 40 hydrogen. This is the complete balance reaction by the ion electron method. This is all about today. After that, you must be for the practice of this chapter, because there is no any miracle for this chapter. Only practice makes the man perfect in this chapter. Okay? Over now. Best of luck.
Good morning, students. Welcome to Shivaji Group of Institutions online classes. Students, we are in the exercise 1.3 of the chapter sets, and we have finished up to 5th number question in the exercise 1.3 in my previous video. Now, today I will solve the remaining problems of the exercise 1.3. Sixth problem. What is the difference between the set singleton set as element 0 and set as an element set of 5? So students, see these two sets. Students, this set has singleton set with element 0. Students, is a singleton set having element 0, and is also a singleton set whose element is a set so this is the basic difference. This is singleton and this is also singleton, but element are different. In this set the element is 0 and in this set the element is in set form and the element is singleton 5. It is also called set of sets because the element of a set which contains the element in the form of set is called set of sets. So this is the form of set of sets. Now students, what is the difference between phi, singleton phi and this set? So students, phi is a empty set having no element. इसमें कोई एलिमेंट नहीं है स्टूडेंट्स. And this is singleton set having phi as an element and this is also a singleton set with element this is the difference between the given sets. Students, eighth problem, are the following sets are equivalent? क्या ये सेट्स इक्विवेलेंट है? Given a set A whose elements of the type X such that X is the letter of the word set. So students, this set is the form of set builder form. So we can and ये जो हमारे पास सेट है वो वर्ड सेट्स के एलिमेंट्स हैं. So A सेट को हम लोग कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स क्लोस्टर मेथड में SET. So this is the A set. अब यहाँ पर जो देख रहे हैं कार्डिनल नंबर ऑफ A में कितने एलिमेंट्स हैं स्टूडेंट्स? A है 3 एलिमेंट्स. So number cardinal number of A n is equal to 3. Now B set is students here X such that X is the letter of the word superset. So student in superset these are letters. So we can write this cluster method S is 2 times, but in set there we can write only once. So U, so P, E, R and T. So this is the set B. So here you can see there are 6 elements. So cardinal number of B is equal to 6. So cardinal number of here since we see that cardinal number of A not equal cardinal number of B. So A and B are not equivalent. So A and B are not equivalent. So A and B are not equivalent. Student equivalent कब हो सकते हैं? तो two sets are equivalent when number of elements of both the sets are same. Number of elements same होंगे अगर दोनों सेट में तो वो इक्विवेलेंट कह जाएंगे. तो चूंकि हमारे पास दो सेट थे वो इक्विवेलेंट नहीं. These sets are not equivalent. Now students, ninth number problem is that if set A equal X such that X equal to 4 to the power n minus 3 n minus 1 and small n belongs to natural number and capital B set is that Y elements such that Y type के element होंगे such that Y is equal to 9 n minus 1 and n belongs to natural number, then prove that this set is a subset of this. A is a subset of B. So students, how we can prove? First students, these sets are in the set builder form. We should write in the roster form for more convenient. So n belongs to natural number students. So natural number starts from 1. So we put small n as 1, then 2, and then 3, then find all the x. So A is equal to in roster method. First students, in 4 to the power n minus 3 and minus 1, we put n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1, then we get 4 to the power 1 minus 3 into 1 minus 1, 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So first element is 0. Now we put n equal to 2 here. So we get 4 to the power 2 minus 3 into 2 minus 1, 16 minus 7, which is 9. So second element is 9. Now put 3 here. We put 3, 4 to the power 3 minus 3 into 3 minus 1. So here 64 minus 10, which is 54. Now you can write one more, n is equal to 4. So here is 4 to the power 4 minus 3 into 4 minus 1. So 4 to the power 4 is 256 minus 13, which is 243. So 243 and so on. So student, this is converted, this set A. This is the set A. Infinite set students, because so many elements are there in same way. Now set B. Set B is defined as y elements such that y equal to 9 and minus 1. So students, now we have to let y is equal to 9 and minus 1 and put n equal to 1, 2, 3 as so. Then y is equal to, first we put 1 student. So 1 is, there is 0 first element. So first element is 0. And now we put 2 here. So 2 minus 1, there is 9. Now, and then we put 3 and equal to 3. Then 3 put करेंगे, 3 minus 1, this is 2, 9 to the 18. Then students, third element 18. Then we put 4 minus 3, which is 3 times to the 27. So this type. So students, also 54 is there, 54 and so on. So you can see that all the elements of B is in the A. All the elements of B is in the A. So here we see all the elements of B is in A. So B is a subset of A. So all the elements of A is in the B, because B is the bigger set. Students, B is the bigger set, A is the smaller set. इसके सारे एलिमेंट इसमें आ जाएंगे. So A, all the elements of A is in B. All the element of A is in B. So A is a subset of B. So student, this is we proved. Now student, 10th problem. If A is the set such that elements 3, set of 1, 4, then prove that power set of is this. स्टूडेंट, पावर सेट क्या होता है? पावर सेट किसी भी सेट के सबसेट का सेट होता है. सबसे पहले हमें इस सेट के सबसेट निकालना. इसमें दो एलिमेंट से बच्चों कॉमन है. पहले देखिए, एक एलिमेंट और एक ये हमारे पास दो एलिमेंट हो गए, ए और बी, 2 एलिमेंट्स. तो n इज इक्वल टू, या हम ये कह सकते हैं n इक्वल टू 2, या हम ए में कितने एलिमेंट है n में भी कह सकते हैं 2. सो स्टूडेंट्स, नंबर ऑफ सबसेट्स is equal to 2 to the power n, which is 2 to the power n equal to 4 सबसेट बनेंगे. अब बच्चों, सबसेट कौन कौन से बनेंगे? So students, subsets are first element is 5. 5 is the subset of every set. Then single element 3. This is also a single element. So 1, 4. This is the element and in set form. This is also a subset. And then this total subset A. And then 3, 1, 4. And these are the subset. And we know that set of all subsets is called power set. So power set of A, this is as 5, 3, 1, 4 and 3, 1, 4. And this is the power set of given set this. Thank you, students. Now students, 11 number question is, if A equal set 0 set of 2, 3, that is A set is given as one element as 0 and other element as set 2, 3. Then prove that power set of a PA is equal to this. So students, you can solve this problem as previous example, which is problem number 10. Here students, A is equal to 0, 2, 3. One element is this, one is number of element is 2. One is this, one is this. So n is equal to 2. So students, number of subsets are 2 to the power n. So 2 to the power element is 2. So 2 to the power 2, 4. Now, what are the subsets? 4 subsets. Number of subsets are 4. And what are the subsets? Subsets are, first subset of every set is 5. Now, one element is this, so take one element. So, one element is this. So, 2, 3 is a set 2, 3 is element, and then apply this. Now, and other element is total set, which is A. So, these are the subset. Now, students, power set. So, power set is the set of all subsets. So, all subsets are these, and you can write in the form of set. So, these elements are this. So, this is the power set. If we can write the numbers of subset in the set form, then this set is called power set. So this is the solution of 11 number problem. Now students, 12 number problem is provement. Prove that if set A is a subset of empty set, that is A is subset of 5, then there implies set A equal to set 5. So students, here given A subset 5, and to prove A equal 5. Now students, given A subset 5, equation number first, which is given, and student, we all know the empty set 5 is the subset of every set. 5 is the subset of every set, and we know that empty set 5 is the subset of every set. फाइव जो होता है वो हर सेट का एक सबसेट होता है स्टूडेंट्स। तो जो फाइव होगा, हेंस फाइव इज आल्सो अ सबसेट ऑफ सेट ए, बिकॉज एम्प्टी सेट इज अ सबसेट ऑफ एवरी सेट। सो जस्ट टेक एज एग्जांपल नंबर 2. सो स्टूडेंट्स, फ्रॉम फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड, you can write here A subset phi and here phi subset A, and I already told you if A subset B and B subset A, अगर A B का सबसेट हो, A जो है सेट पूरा कंटेन कर जाए B में और B पूरा सेट A में कंटेन कर जाए, then we call that both the sets are equal. So similarly here A is contained in phi and phi is contained in A. So this is possible only when phi is equal to A. So phi is equal to A, student. So hence prove this theorem. That is, if A subset phi, then A equal to phi. Now students, 13 number problem is, if power set of A, that is PA, is equal to power set of B, PB, PA equal PB, then prove that set A equal set B. Student, this is very most important theorem. So students, let us take how we can prove this. So here is the proof. Let a small x an element belongs to set A. लेट कर लिया बच्चों कि एक एलिमेंट x जो है वो सेट A में है, and consider a set x such that a small x belongs to capital X and capital X is a subset of A. Students, हमें ये प्रूफ करने के लिए पहले हमने लेट कर दिया कि जो x एक एलिमेंट x है, स्मॉल x, वो कैपिटल A में है, सेट A में है, एंड एक ऐसा सेट कैपिटल X ले लिया जिसमें कि वो स्मॉल x है और वो x जो है कैपिटल X सेट वो A का सबसेट है. So students, what do you mean? That you let x belongs to A, there implies x A में belong कराया आपने, and small x हमने एक सेट x ऐसा लिया कि वो small x कैपिटल X में भी है और कैपिटल X A का सबसेट है. Then there implies capital X is subset of A, because we let consider as it is. Small x belongs to A, there implies capital X is a subset of A. तो कैपिटल X जो है वो A का सबसेट है, और सबसेट का जो सेट होता है वो हमारे पास पावर सेट होता है. तो सबसेट जो होता है वो हमेशा पावर सेट में बिलोंग करता है, और ये इस सेट का सबसेट है. तो इट मींस कैपिटल X जो है वो पावर सेट में PA में बिलोंग करेगा. क्लियर स्टूडेंट्स? बिकॉज अगर A लेट A is equal to 1 2, then subsets are क्या? Subsets are 5 1 2 1 2, and power set of A is equal to set form. So आप देख रहे हैं पावर सेट में सबसेट ही एलिमेंट है, तो सबसेट्स जो होंगे इस सेट के, सबसेट्स जो होंगे ए सेट के वो पावर सेट में बिलोंग करना है. सिमिलरली सबसेट x A का सबसेट है स्टूडेंट्स, x is the subset of A, so capital X is belongs to power set of A. So student, here implies capital S is belongs to PB. Why? Because PA equal PB given. Here PA equal to PB student given है. So अगर कैपिटल X A में बिलोंग कर रहा है तो कैपिटल X B में बिलोंग करेगा. There implies capital X is also a subset of B, because capital X पावर B के पावर सेट में है. This means capital X सबसेट हो गया B का, और कैपिटल X के अंदर स्मॉल x था, तो इट मींस स्मॉल x आल्सो बिलोंग्स टू सेट B, बिकॉज जो एक x हमने स्मॉल x एलिमेंट लिया था तो कैपिटल X के अंदर लिया और कैपिटल X सबसेट है B का, तो इसका मतलब इट मींस x स्मॉल x इज आल्सो बिलोंग्स टू सेट B, एंड वी हैव टेकन दैट we let that x belongs to capital A and we find x also belongs to capital B. x capital A में था और x capital B में भी दिख रहा है. It means there implies so A subset B, because x is if we let x is a subset, x belongs to A and we find x also belongs to B, so A set is a subset of B. Now similarly again let small y belongs to capital B such that a set capital Y and a set capital Y such that small y belongs to capital Y and Y is a subset of B. Same process. So it means Y belongs to B, there implies y is subset of B, because y को हमने B में ले रखा था y है and y को हमने y में ले रखा है कैपिटल Y में, it means y is subset of B, that implies then y is a belongs to power set of B. अगर सेट y B कैपिटल B सेट का सबसेट है तो जो y सेट होगा वो पावर B के पावर सेट का एलिमेंट होगा, बिलोंग कर दिया, y belongs to BB, there implies capital Y belongs to PA. Why? Same process, since PA is equal to PB. So this implies Y जो सेट है वो A के पावर सेट में बिलोंग कर रहा है. It means Y सबसेट हो गया सेट A का. अगर Y A का सबसेट हो गया और स्मॉल y जो है वो Y में था, तो इसका मतलब जो स्मॉल y होगा वो A में भी कंटेन करेगा. So small y is an element of A. And we have read that small y is element of B. So here question number second you take. Sorry, there implies B is a subset of A. Question number second. So students, from first and second, that you see that from first and second, you see that A is subset of B. एक पूरा सेट B में कंटेन कर गया and here B contain total in A. So from first and second B is equal to A. So here the theorem. So this is the problem number 30. Now students, 14 number problem. If capital A equal set 1, 2, set as 2, 3, 4, then test which of the following is true. Students, these are subset type true and false. So students, first you find its subset. So A is equal to 1, 2, 3 as a set and 4. Number of elements are 4. So subsets are 16. That is by 16 subset elements. So students, here you can see first is set 2, 3. Students, you can see that this is set 2, 3 is an element of A, not the subset of A, because if we find the subset then this is also in the bracket. So this is not true, because set 2, 3 is the element of set A. Now this is false, because 2, 3 is an element of A. Now students, see the second. Set 2, 3 belongs to B, which is It is right, students, because set 2 comma 3 is element of this set. So this is true. Because 2 comma 3 is an element. It's not an element. It's an element. Sorry. Is an element. So this is true. Now students, set 2 comma 4 belongs to A. Students, यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं कोई भी इस टाइप का हमारे पास एलिमेंट नहीं है जो इस सेट को बिलोंग करता हो। 2 comma 4 कोई भी, सो दिस इज फॉल्स स्टूडेंट्स। Now students, also set 2 comma 3 in the set. So students, if we construct the subsets of all this set, then we can find this element as a subset. So 2 comma 3 is set 2 comma 3 is element, and when subset form, then we write the set form. So this is the subset of it. So this is the students 2. Now 1 2 3 students, 1 2 3 it is not a subset of it, because 1 comma 2 is subset, 1 comma 2 comma 4 is a subset, but 1 comma 2 comma 3 in this form is not a subset. So this is also false. So this is the exercise number 1.3, problem number 14. Now students, find the number of the elements of the following sets. First part and second part. Students, is given a set and we have to find the number of elements. So students, in roster form, the number of elements are written in the commas and in the curly bracket. So written with commas and curly bracket, right? So students, A set here. This comma, and this. So first element is this, second element is this, and third element is total this. So there are 3 elements in the set A. So answer is the number of elements in set A is 3. You can easily count. Now student, in second part, this set is written as in the form of set builder. What is this? All x such that x is an integer less than 20. A student, integer are also negative numbers, including 0 and with positive numbers. So integers are mostly start from that is infinite, -1, -3, -2, and so on. So if we construct in the रोस्टर फॉर्म, सो रोस्टर फॉर्म में जब इसको बना लेंगे स्टूडेंट्स, कॉमा लगा के सारे एलिमेंट्स को, देन वी कैन फाइंड दैट देयर इज डॉट 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 एंड देयर इज -4 -3 -2 -1 0 1 2 3 एंड लेस देन 20, दैट इज 90. बट वी कैन नॉट काउंट दीस एलिमेंट्स बिकॉज़ देयर आर सो मेनी इनफाइनाइटली एलिमेंट्स. सो दिस वी कैन नॉट काउंट दीस एलिमेंट्स बिकॉज़ we cannot count all elements, so it has infinite elements. So student, second part has infinite elements because integers are infinite. Now students, solution of 15 numbers. In 15 number problem, write the set of letters of the word Allahabad. इलाहाबाद के वर्ड्स लेटर्स से जो हमारे पास सेट बनेगा उसको फाइंड आउट करना है. सो स्टूडेंट्स, इन इलाहाबाद distinct number are A, L is 2 times, but we can write 1. Then A is also 3 times, 4 times, but we can write. And H, there is also H, there is also B, and there is also D. So these are the letters in the word Allahabad. Allahabad is written by these words. And if all the words all the letters, the words are these letters, and if all the letters are written separated with comma in curly bracket, then this is the set. A, comma L, comma H, comma B, comma D. So number of elements, students, number of elements in the set n is equal to 5. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So students, number of subsets equal to 2 to the power n, which is 2 to the power 5, that is 32. So students, in Allahabad there are 32 subsets. So students, this is the exercise 1.3 we completed. So students, thank you for today's video, and today I will complete exercise 1.3, and from now, from Shivaji Group of Institutions, there are a summer vacation scheduled for you. From 10th of June to 25th of June, there are summer vacation for you. So students, complete your work that we given, that is chapter number arithmetic progression, that is sequence and series. You have to complete your work, and the chapter sets. And students, after the summer vacation there will be a test, unit test for you, and so keep learning and keep solve exercise, solve problems, and make a proper notebook. So students, thank you, and we will meet again after summer vacation.
Hello my dear student, have a wonderful morning to one you all. I welcome you on your video lecture class. My student, the topic synthesis, it was going on last 3 or 4 lectures. It's a very thoroughly topic, and my dear student, we have started the rules of this one. So the first we have taken the first rule, that is the participle, and the present participle was completed. You came to know what is present participle and in which sense you have to use it. Yesterday we discussed the past participle. And past participle is that type of the participle that is used as an adjective in the sentence. Because in the past participle we use third form of the main verb. And third form of the main verb doesn't use as a main verb in the sentence, it is used as an adjective in the sentence. एक विशेषण की तरीके सेंटेंस में काम करती है, ये एक वर्ब के तरीके काम नहीं करती है. Okay, so today we will discuss perfect participle. Okay, so I told you what is perfect participle. Perfect participle is this one, having plus third form of the main verb. Perfect participle having plus third form of the main verb. Okay, so one more thing is that in which sense you have to use it. Because you know very well that present participle is used whenever the things are in continuation form, when the things are going on simultaneously, and when subjects are same in both the sentence. Okay, so the first word in the present participle, the first word that is completed first, we change that verb into ing form. It means we change that verb into participle, and that participle becomes infinite verb. That participle becomes infinite verb, and the verb that is completed after that, it means the second verb, that verb remains same. That is your finite verb. That is your finite verb. This is the thing that we do in the present participle. Okay. And in the past participle, what we do? In the past participle, we use only the third form of the main verb. Only the third form of the main verb, and the third form of the main verb does not use as a main verb in the sentence. As a main verb in the sentence, but it's used as an adjective in the sentence. As an adjective in the sentence. So this one is a perfect participle. You know, perfect participle having plus third form of the main verb. Okay. And in which sense it is used? It will be used whenever the first verb is completely first. You know, student, that there are two types of the verb. There is a combination of two or more simple sentences into one. There is a combination of two or more simple sentences into one. It's not necessary that there must be only two sentences or more than three sentences like this. It must be 3 or 4 sentences. Okay. So, combination of two simple sentences into one simple sentence, we will see the first sentence. We will see the first sentence, and in your first sentence, your first verb must be completed completely. Okay, the first verb must be completed completely, and the second verb is about to be started. Your second verb is about to be started. So this is the specific quality. This is the thing by which you will come to know that is this is the perfect participle. I am writing here one sentence before you so that it may be clear to you. She has completed her written work. The sentence is she had completed her written work. Okay. The next one is she went to market. She went to. So these are two sentences before you. So just do the operation of this sentence. The first sentence, that is, what is the tense of the first sentence? Past perfect. That is the past perfect because had plus third form of the main verb. This is the past perfect tense. Okay. And the second one, this is the past indefinite sentence because there is a second form of the main verb. Okay. So perfect participle. First verb is completely completed and the second work is started. पहले उसने अपना रिटर्न वर्क पूरी तरीके से खत्म किया, फिर वो मार्केट गई. तो in this sense we have to use perfect participle. In this sense we have to use perfect participle. And what is the perfect participle? Having plus third form of the main verb. So how will you change it? The subject is same in both the sentence. She is here and she is here. So how will you change it? You have to write it having completed her written work, comma, having completed her written work, comma, she went to market. Okay, you have to put comma here. Having completed her written work. अपना written work complete करने के बाद, इसका मतलब complete करते करते वो मार्केट नहीं चली गई. First she had completed her written work, then she went to market. It means same. जैसा कि पहले बोला गया है कि the first verb के साथ ही जो भी रखा हुआ है, देखिए फर्स्ट जो वर्क है आपका कंप्लीटेड, उसी में आपका चेंजमेंट होता है. एंड द सेकेंड वर्क विल बी रिमेन सेम. जो सेकेंड वर्क वो ऐसे ही रहता है, जो वेंट है तो वो वेंट ही है आपका यहाँ. हैव यू गॉट इट? द सेकेंड एग्जांपल इज बिफोर यू. I had written a letter. I had written a letter, full stop, I posted it. तो having written a letter, comma, I posted it. ओके, पहले आपने पत्र लिखा, फिर आपने उसको पोस्ट किया. I had completed my holiday homework, full stop. I went to bed. Okay, so first sentence is having completed my holiday homework, comma, I went to bed. It means to say, first you completed your holiday homework, then you went to bed. One more type of the sentence are there, just like whenever the sentence is given in passive voice form. So how will you change it? Whenever the sentence is given in passive voice form, I am writing here a sentence. He was punished by his teacher. He was punished by his teacher. Full stop. The second one is he felt sorry. Okay. So two sentences are before you. The first thing is that teacher has punished him, and then after he felt sorry. But one more thing is there. What is the thing? That earlier we were doing the sentences, we were changing the sentence that was given in active voice form. But this sentence is given in passive voice form. How will you come to know that the sentence is in passive voice? Whenever is, RM and was were, are used with the third form of the main verb. Whenever is, RM and was were are used with the third form of the main verb, that sentence is in the category of passive voice. So whenever the sentence is given in passive voice, you have to use something extra to that sentence. Because previously we are using having plus third form of the main verb whenever the sentence is giving the perfect participle sense. But the sentence must be active voice. But the sentence is passive voice. We have to use having. Plus being plus third form of being. So this one is extra for you, being. So in this sense you have to use being whenever the sentence is in passive voice. And how will you come to know that the sentence is passive voice? Whenever the is, RM and was were are used with the third form of the main verb. So the first verb is completely completed. Whenever he was punished by his teacher. His teacher punished him, and then after he felt sorry. So how will you change it? Having been. You have to write it. Having been punished by his teacher, he felt sorry. This one is sentence for you. So student, you came to know what is present participle, what is past participle, and what is past perfect participle. So your participle portion is completed. I am just making you the just revision of this one. In present participle, the subject is same in both the sentence. The work is going on continuously, simultaneously. The work is going on, continuity of the verb, and we use ing form of the main verb in the present participle. And in the past participle, we use third form of the main verb. And third form of the main verb will be used as an adjective in the sentence. And past perfect participle. In the past perfect participle, subject will be same in the both the sentence, but the first work is completely finished. The first work is completely completed, and the second work is in started. So what we use in it? We use having plus third form of the main verb. We use having plus third form of the main verb, and in active voice we can use having plus third form of the main verb, just like the sentence is. The sentence is I finished my household work. Okay, I had finished my household work, and full stop. The second one work is the second sentence is I went for rest. I went for rest. I had finished my household work. मैंने अपना घर का काम समाप्त किया. Then after क्या किया मैंने? I went for rest. मैं आराम करने गई. So here the sentence, why the sentence are different? Because the first sentence is past perfect and the second sentence is past indefinite. The second sentence is past indefinite. ऐसा ही होना चाहिए कि first sentence आपका past, जो sentence का combination क्या होना चाहिए? The one sentence should be in past indefinite and the second sentence should be in past perfect. It is the sequence of the sentence. It is the sequence of the sentence, just like I went Agra. I went Agra, full stop. I had seen the Taj Mahal. I had seen the Taj Mahal. So here the first sentence is that. Here the first sentence is which type of the sentence? It is the past indefinite, and the second sentence is past perfect. Second sentence is past perfect. So the same thing is here. Same thing is here. I had finished my household work. Full stop. Second sentence, I went for rest. So you will change it. Having finished my household work, I went. Having finished my household work, comma, I went for rest. This is the complete sentence. But if the sentence, I was punished by my teacher, I was punished by my teacher, I felt sorry. So having been punished, having been punished by my teacher, comma, I felt sorry. So student, this is your present participle, past participle and past perfect participle. Your participle portion is completed today. So you have to do the exercise that is given page number 23, exercise number 1. Page number 23, exercise number 1. You have to do it as a homework. That is enough for you today. Thank you and have a nice day. Hello, my dear student. Have a wonderful morning to you all. I welcome you on your video lecture class. My dear student, we were studying the topic synthesis. The topic synthesis, that is the new topic for you. And we have done only one rules of combining two simple sentences into one simple sentence. Okay, I told you 7 rules of combining two simple sentences into one simple sentence. So the first rule of this one was completed. And what was the first rule? The first rule of using participle. The first rule of using participle. Okay, and in it we have completed the present participle, the second one past participle, okay, and the third one past perfect participle. Past perfect participle. So student, we had already discussed all these one, the present participle, the past participle and past perfect participle. In participle, we have studied that the work is in continuation form. The work is in continuation form. The subject will be same in both the sentence. The subject will be same in both the sentence, and we use ing form of the main verb in present participle. Ing form of the main verb. And in past participle is the third form of the main verb. Past participle is the third form of the main verb, and past participle is used as an adjective of the subject, as an adjective of the sentence. Okay, and past perfect participle. So yesterday I told you past perfect participle. Past perfect participle is that type of the participle in which first work is completely completed, and the second work is started. It means to say पहला काम पूरी तरीके से खत्म हो जाता है और दूसरा काम शुरू होता है. So student, this is the discussion of the participle. So related to this, we will do one exercise that is given on your book, synthesis related exercise, and you have to do it. It is given on your page number 23 and exercise number 1. Page number 23, exercise number 1. It is given on your book. So first thing is that you have to do, the first sentence is he saw a lion, he ran away. He saw a lion, he ran away. So in which way you have to change it? Seeing a lion, comma, he ran away. Seeing a lion, comma, he ran away. He saw a girl, she was carrying a basket. He saw a girl, she was carrying a basket. So he saw a girl carrying a basket. So here present participle indicates the object of the sentence. Here the girl is the object of the sentence and carrying is your present participle. So your present participle indicates your object. It means it indicates the girl. Second one, the tiger was hungry, he killed a goat. So student, I told you whenever is, are, am and was, were are used, you have to change them into being. Being means B-E-I-N-G. उसमें change करना है. तो यहाँ पर क्या लिखा हुआ है? The tiger was hungry. So the tiger was hungry, he killed a goat. In the second sentence, he word is written. So he is used for tiger. He is used for tiger. So being hungry, comma, being hungry, he killed a goat. Being hungry, he killed a goat. Fourth number sentence, she went to the garden, she plucked flowers. She went to the garden, she plucked flowers. So how will you change it? Going to the garden. Going to the garden, comma, she plucked flowers. She plucked flowers. Sentence number 5. Turn to the left, you will find the school. Turn to the left. So turn to the left, which type of the sentence is it? Turn to the left, which type of the sentence is it? Turn is your main verb, and if the sentence is started with your main verb, so that is your imperative sentence. So this one is imperative, so how will you change it? Turning to the left. Turning to the left, comma, turning to the left, comma, you will find the school. Next sentence, he finished his work, he went home. He finished his work, he went home. So I had already taught you that when the first work is completely completed, so he finished his work, then he went home. So first work is completely completed, then another work is started. So having finished his work, he went home. Having finished his work, comma, he went home. 7 number sentence, the man was badly insulted, he left the place. Was badly insulted. So yesterday I told you that whenever the sentence is in passive form, you have to use been. B-E-B-E-E-N. Having been. Okay. When the sentence is in active voice, you have to use having plus third form of the main verb. But if the sentence is in passive voice, you have to use having plus been plus third form of the main verb. Okay. So this sentence is passive voice. So how will you come to know that the sentence is passive voice? Whenever is, are, and was, were are used with the third form. जब थर्ड फॉर्म के साथ में is, are, और was, were यूज होता है तो पैसिव वॉइस का सेंटेंस होता है. So how will you change it? The man was badly insulted. He left the home. So having been badly insulted, comma, the man left the place. Having been badly insulted, comma, the man left the place. Okay, so badly, what is badly here? Badly is your adverb. Badly is your adverb. The next sentence, sentence number 8. The flowers were faded. The flowers were faded. They fell down on the ground. The flowers were faded. Which type of the sentence is it? Faded is your third form and were is used, so it's a passive voice sentence. So having been faded, comma, the flowers fell down on the ground. In the second sentence, they is used for the flowers. They is used for the flowers because these are plural in number. That is why we are using they. So having been faded, comma, the flowers fell down on the ground. 9 number sentence. He washed his clothes. He washed his clothes, full stop. Then he took rest. Fine. So it's an active voice sentence because only second form of the verb is used. It's a past indefinite sentence. He washed his clothes, then he took rest. So having washed his clothes, comma, he took rest. This is the use of the past perfect participle. 10th number sentence. He took pity on the beggar. He gave him some cloths. He took pity on the beggar. He gave him some cloths. So taking pity on the beggar. Comma, he gave his some cloths. So these are your 10 sentences. These are the solutions of your 10 sentences. So student, in synthesis portion, only your participle portion is completed. Only the use of participle is completed. There are 7 rules of combining the simple sentences into simple one. The first one is your using participle. The second one is your using infinitive. The third one is using nominative absolute. Fourth one is use of noun or phrase in apposition and use of adjectives and conjunctions, use of adverb or adverbial phrases, and the seventh one, which one is the seventh? Use of preposition before noun or gerund. So these are the 7 rules. This is very long topic. So only first rule is completed. So student, if we talk about your syllabus, so you have taught the parts of speech portion thoroughly. Then after I taught you translation piece. Then after I taught you figures of speech, and I started 2 poems in poetry. Mercy is completed. Yoddha scholar poem is completed. And in prose portion, my struggle for an education, this chapter is completed. And one short story is also completed. So student, this is your syllabus till today. Okay, because from 10th to 25, from 10 to 25, 10th June to 25 June, you have your summer holidays. And during your summer holidays, what you have to do? You have to make a revision of your whole syllabus. Whatever the teacher had taught to you in each and every subject, not only in English, each and every subject you have to make a thorough revision of your all the things, because your unit test first will be organized very soon, and the date sheet of this one will be sent to you in a PDF form in a group. So you will get this information on your group. So student, till 10th no video lecture will be provided to you. You have to daily make a revision of your work. Enjoy your day and do hard work at your home. That is enough for you. Thank you and have a nice day to you all.
हेलो स्टूडेंट, गुड मॉर्निंग। कक्षा 11 विषय सामान्य हिंदी के अंतर्गत बच्चों, मैंने अपने पूर्व के वीडियो में आपको साखी नामक शीर्षक की व्याख्या पढ़ाई थी। आज भी मैं आपको साखी नामक शीर्षक की व्याख्या पढ़ाने जा रही हूँ। तो यदि आपके पास सामान्य हिंदी की पुस्तक है तो उसके काव्य खंड में संकलित साखी शीर्षक को निकालकर आप मेरे साथ साखी संख्या 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 और 21 की व्याख्या आज पढ़ेंगे। बच्चों, मैंने अपने पूर्व के वीडियो में आपको बताया था कि साखी जो है कबीर दास द्वारा रचित द्विजक का एक भाग है। साखी साक्षी शब्द का तद्भव रूप है। साखी जो है वो दोहा छंदों में लिखा गया है। साखी संख्या 16 की व्याख्या आज हम पढ़ेंगे। इस प्रकार है, पिंजर प्रेम प्रकाशिया अंतरि भया उजास, मुख कस्तूरी मैं मही वाणी फूटी बास। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं पिंजर प्रेम प्रकाशिया, जब शरीर में प्रेम का प्रकाश फैल जाता है, जब शरीर में प्रेम का प्रकाश फैलता है, अंतरि भया उदास, तो अंतर मन में भी उसका प्रभाव पड़ता है और अंतर मन प्रकाशित होने लगता है। तब व्यक्ति मुख कस्तूरी मैं मही का मतलब होता है महकने लगती है। तो उस व्यक्ति के जो व्यक्ति होता है उसके मुख से जो है कस्तूरी महकने लगती है और उसकी वाणी जो होती है वो सुगंध से परिपूर्ण हो जाती है। अर्थात ज्ञान की प्राप्ति हो जाने पर व्यक्ति का अंतः स्थल प्रकाशवान हो जाता है, जिसके कारण उसकी वाणी जो है वो सौम्यता से परिपूर्ण हो जाती। एक बार बच्चों इसकी पूरी तरीके से फिर से व्याख्या देखिए। पिंजर प्रेम प्रकाशिया अंतरि भया उजास, मुख कस्तूरी महमही वाणी फूटी बास। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि जब शरीर में प्रेम का प्रकाश फैलता है तो अंतः स्थल भी जो है वो प्रकाशित हो जाता है। इस प्रकार व्यक्ति का जो मुख होता है वो कस्तूरी की खुशबू से परिपूर्ण हो जाता है और उसकी वाणी जो होती है वो सुगंध से परिपूर्ण हो जाती है। बच्चों, अब जैसे पिंजर प्रेम प्रकाशिया, फिर उजास बास शब्द आ रहा है, तो यहाँ पर कौन सा अलंकार है? अनुप्रास अलंकार है। कबीर की भाषा मैंने आपको क्या बताई थी? सदुक्कड़ी भाषा। सदुक्कड़ी का मतलब क्या होता है? साधुओं की भाषा। इसके साथ मैंने क्या बताया था कि साखी जितनी भी लिखी गई हैं वो सब किस में लिखी गई हैं? दोहा छंदों में। तो कौन सा छंद होगा बच्चों? दोहा छंद। लक्षणा शब्द शक्ति का क्या किया गया है? प्रयोग किया गया है। आया बच्चों समझ में? अब हम आते हैं साखी संख्या 17 पर। कबीरदास जी क्या कहते हैं? नैना अंतरि आवतु ज्यों हों नैन झपेऊं, ना हों देखूं और को ना तुझ देखन देऊं। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि हे परमात्मा, नैना अंतरि आवतु, हे परमात्मा आप मेरे नेत्रों के अंदर आ जाइए। ज्यों हों नैन झपेऊं, जैसे ही मैं नेत्रों को पलकों को झपकूं। हे प्रभु, जैसे ही मैं पलकों को झपकूं आप मेरे नेत्रों के अंदर समाहित हो जाइए। ना हो देखूं और को, हे प्रभु, हे परमात्मा, जब आप मेरे नेत्रों में समा जाएंगे तो ना तो मैं और किसी को देखूंगा, ना तुझ देखन दूं, और ना ही आपको और किसी को देखने दूंगा। बच्चों, फिर से मैं इसकी व्याख्या पढ़ा रही हूँ। नैना अंतरि आवतु ज्यों हों नैन झपेऊं, ना हो देखूं और को ना तुझ देखन देऊं। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि हे प्रभु, हे परमात्मा, मैं जैसे ही नेत्रों को झपकूं, पलकों को झपकूं, वैसे ही हे प्रभु आप मेरे नेत्रों में समाहित हो जाइए। और जब आप मेरे नेत्रों में समाहित हो जाएंगे तो ना मैं और किसी को देखूंगा और ना ही आपको किसी और को देखने दूंगा। यहाँ पर कबीरदास जी ने जो है वाक्य चातुर्य के द्वारा ईश्वर पर अपनत्व के भाव को क्या किया है? प्रकट किया है। बच्चों, भाषा वही है, सदुक्कड़ी भाषा। छंद क्या पढ़ रहे हैं? दोहा छंद। और जो है अनुप्रास अलंकार है। अब आते हैं बच्चों दोहा संख्या या साखी संख्या 18 पर। कबीरदास जी क्या कहते हैं? कबीर हरि रस यूं पिया, बाकी रही न था की, पाका कलश कुम्हार का, बहुर न चढ़ई चाक। अब यहाँ पहले शब्दार्थ जान लीजिए। जैसे हरि रस का मतलब हुआ ईश्वर के दर्शन का आनंद, ठीक है। थाकी माने होता है शेष रह गई है। पाका माने पक्का, कलश तो जानते ही हैं, कुंभ। बहुर माने पुनः या दोबारा, और चाक माने होता है चक्का, चक्का जिस पर जो कुम्हार जो है घड़े को निर्मित करता है। तो कबीरदास जी क्या कहते हैं? कबीर हर रस यूं पिया। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि मैंने परमात्मा के दर्शन रूपी रस को पी लिया है, बाकी रही न था। अब और की कामना या इच्छा नहीं है। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि मैंने प्रभु के दर्शन रूपी रस को पी लिया है, अब मुझे किसी और की इच्छा नहीं। उसी तरह नहीं है जैसे पाका कलश कुम्हार का, जैसे कुम्हार का घड़ा, पक्का घड़ा बहुर न चढ़े चाक, पुनः चाक पर चढ़ाया नहीं जाता। उसी तरह ईश्वर के दर्शन का आनंद प्राप्त कर लेने पर मुझे किसी अन्य की चाह नहीं रह गई। बच्चों आया आपको समझ में? यहाँ भी बच्चों अनुप्रास अलंकार है, सदुक्कड़ी भाषा पढ़ रहे हैं, दोहा छंद है, ठीक है, भक्ति रस। और जहाँ बच्चों भक्ति रस होता है वहां पर प्रसाद गुण होता है। ये हमेशा ध्यान रखिएगा कि जहाँ पर भक्ति रस होता है वहां पर कौन सा गुण होता है? प्रसाद गुण होता है। और यहाँ कौन सी शब्द शक्ति पढ़ रहे हैं? लक्षणा शब्द शक्ति पढ़ रहे हैं। तो बच्चों आ गया होगा आपको समझ में। इसके बाद आते हैं हम साखी संख्या 19 पर। देखिए, हेरत हेरत हे सखी रहा कबीर हिराए, बूंद समानी सबद में शौकत हेरी जाए। फिर से देख लीजिए, हेरत हेरत हे सखी रहा कबीर हिराए, बूंद समानी समद मैं शोकत हेरी जाए। यहाँ पर कुछ शब्दार्थ आप देख लीजिए जो आपको कठिन लग रहे हैं। हेरत, हेरत का मतलब होता है खोजते खोजते। समद माने होता है बच्चों समुद्र, और कत माने फिर, कहाँ? हेरी माने देखी जा सकती। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं हेरत हेरत हे सखी, हे सखी, हे अंतरात्मा, प्रभु को निहारते निहारते, प्रभु को देखते देखते रहा कबीर हिराए। कबीर जो थे वो स्वयं अपने अस्तित्व को भूल गए। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि परमात्मा को खोजते खोजते कबीर दास जी जो थे वो अपने अस्तित्व को स्वयं भूल गए। उसी तरह भूल गए बूंद समानी सबद में, जैसे कोई बूंद यदि समुद्र में क्या कर दी जाए? डाल दी जाए, शोकत हेरी जाए, फिर उसे खोजा नहीं जा सकता। अर्थात समुद्र के अस्तित्व में ही उस बूंद का अस्तित्व समाहित हो जाता है। उसी तरह परमात्मा समुद्र के समान है और आत्मा किसके समान है? बूंद के समान है। जब आत्मा परमात्मा में एकाकार हो जाती है तो उसके अस्तित्व को पुनः खोजा नहीं जा सकता। बच्चों मैं एक बार पुनः इसकी व्याख्या पढ़ाना चाहूंगी। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं हेरत हेरत हे सखी रहा कबीर हिराए। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि हे अंतरात्मा, परमात्मा की खोज करते करते मैं स्वयं परमात्मा के स्वरूप में एकाकार हो गया। उसी तरह एकाकार हो गया बूंद समानी सबद में। जिस तरह बूंद किसमें समा जाए? समुद्र में समा जाती है, शोकत हेरी जाए, फिर उसके अस्तित्व को पाया नहीं जा सकता। उसी तरह अब आत्मा किसमें मिल गई है? परमात्मा में एकाकार हो गई है, अब उसके अस्तित्व को खोजा नहीं जा सकता। अब बच्चों देखिए, जैसे ये हेरत हेरत शब्द आ रहा है। हेरत हेरत शब्द में बच्चों पुनरुक्ति प्रकाश अलंकार है। कौन सा अलंकार है? हेरत हेरत में पुनरुक्ति प्रकाश अलंकार। इसके बाद बच्चों आते हैं दोहा संख्या या साखी संख्या 20 पर। कबीरदास जी क्या कहते हैं? कबीर ने प्रेम को के मार्ग को, ईश्वर के प्राप्ति के मार्ग को बहुत ही दुर्लभ बताया है। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कबीर यहु घर प्रेम का, खाला का घर नान, शीस उतारे हाथी कर सो बैठे घर माए। खाला माने होता है मौसी। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि यह घर किसका घर है? प्रेम का घर है, तुम्हारी मौसी का घर नहीं है जिसमें तुम आसानी से प्रविष्ट हो सको या प्रवेश कर सको। इस प्रेम के घर में तो केवल वही प्रवेश कर सकता है शीस उतारे हाथी कर, जो अपने हाथों के द्वारा अपने ही सिर को क्या करे? काट ले, सो बैठे घर माई, वही इस घर में प्रवेश कर सकता। अर्थात अथक भक्ति भावना के द्वारा ही ईश्वर के प्रेम रूपी घर में स्थान पाया जा सकता है। कबीरदास जी क्या कहते हैं? कबीर यहु घर प्रेम का, खाला का घर नाहु, शीश उतारे हाथी कर, सो बैठे घर माही। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि ये जो प्रेम का घर है वह तुम्हारी मौसी का घर नहीं, जिसमें आसानी से आप क्या हो सको, प्रविष्ट हो सको। इस प्रेम के घर में वही प्रवेश कर सकता है जो अपने ही हाथों अपने सिर को काट सके, अर्थात जो कठिन साधना कर सके वही इस घर में क्या कर सकता है, प्रवेश पा सकता है। बच्चों आ गया होगा समझ में। अब हम आते हैं साखी संख्या 21 पर, दोहा संख्या 21 पर। क्या कहते हैं कबीरदास, जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नाही, सब अंधियारा मिट गया, जब दीपक देखा माही। अब देखिए, हरि माने होता है ईश्वर और मैं माने बच्चों यहाँ दिया है, मैं का अर्थ होता है अहंकार। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, जब मेरे अंदर अज्ञानता थी तब मेरे अंदर क्या था, अहंकार था, और तब मुझे ईश्वर की प्राप्ति नहीं हुई थी। अब हरि है मैं नाही, अब मुझे ज्ञान के द्वारा ईश्वर की प्राप्ति हो गई है, तो मेरे अंदर का मैं माने अहंकार समाप्त हो गया है। सब अंधियारा मिट गया, जब दीपक देखा माई। जब मैंने गुरु के ज्ञान रूपी दीपक को देखा तो मेरे अंदर का जो अज्ञानता रूपी अंधकार था वो मिट गया। कबीरदास जी क्या कहते हैं, जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नाही, सब अंधियारा मिट गया, जब दीपक देखा माई। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि जब मुझे ईश्वर की प्राप्ति नहीं हुई थी तब मेरे अंदर क्या विद्यमान था, अहंकार विद्यमान था। अब मुझे ज्ञान के द्वारा ईश्वर की प्राप्ति हो गई है तो मेरे अंदर का अहंकार समाप्त हो गया है। सब अंधियारा मिट गया, जब दीपक देखा माही। कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि जब मैंने गुरु के ज्ञान रूपी दीपक को देखा तो मेरे अंदर जो अज्ञानता का अंधकार था वो मिट गया। बच्चों आ गया होगा समझ में। साखी शीर्षक यहीं से समाप्त होता है। कबीरदास के इस शीर्षक की समाप्ति के साथ ही बच्चों मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी कि 9 जून से लेकर 25 जून तक बच्चों आपकी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस संचालित नहीं होंगी, आपकी छुट्टियां रहेंगी। इसके साथ ही आपको गृह कार्य दिया जाएगा। उस गृह कार्य को आपको HW की कॉपी में भली भांति करना है। आज के लिए बस इतना ही। हैव अ नाइस डे।